So in this short video, I'm going to share with you how you can make any of your Word documents or PowerPoint or PDFs, any of a typical kind of worksheet situation where a student would actually have to do some writing on paper that we would normally do in class. This is a way to turn that into a digital file so that you can upload it into Google Classroom and easily share it with students and they can type right on it. And then you're not having to recreate every single file starting from scratch. It's a really easy thing to do. And I actually made a set of these for my read and respond kind of center and independent reading activities. I have 7 different ones that align with 7 of the major comprehension slices of our systems of strategic actions wheel. So things like inferring, predicting, making connections, analyzing, all of those. And I'm going to be using Google Slides. And you can see here on the screen, we've got an example of one. I'm going to show you how I created this one in particular. So that way you can recreate this with these sheets or any other of the kind of response sheets or other activities like writing and things you might want students to do that are of the higher level type of things that we really want them spending their time on, especially things that promote really good thinking strategies, because that's going to help them as readers and writers no matter what level they're reading at. So let's take a look here. Here's the example of the one that's in my set of read and respond activities. You can see it's the inferring slide. And I created them separately because I like to assign them with different texts. And they really match lots of different types of books. So they're actually a really great activity for students to do on their own. You can see here that there's text boxes I've added to it so that students can type right on the sheet. So to do this, I need to take a screenshot of the file that I've created. So like I said, either a Word document or a PowerPoint, or if you have a PDF somewhere. So you need to find that file and open it and take a screenshot of it. And here I am taking that screenshot. And then that file becomes either a JPEG or a PNG file, which is just an image, just a picture. So here we go. Oh, there's the picture, the same one that we just took. And now I'm going to go ahead and put that aside and show you how to import that into Google Slides. So we'll just move that over. And let's go ahead and start a new slide deck. So go ahead and open those. So let's title it just Inferring, because that's the actual document that we're going to be creating. We need to go to Page Setup and change it to Custom because we don't want it to be landscaped and gigantic. So we're going to change it to 7.5 by 10. And that way we get it looking like a piece of paper, and we're going to get rid of those text boxes. So now we're going to right click on the slide and go down to Change Background. And then a little window is going to pop up to give us some options. We're going to choose Image, and we're going to go ahead and retrieve the image, the screenshot that we made. Remember that inferring slide? We're just going to drag it right over, and it'll import it for us. Pretty easy to do. And then we're going to click Done. And you can see there it is on the page. And of course it doesn't have to be colored, you can do white ones. But now we're going to add the text boxes we need so that students can type right on this. Now the beauty of doing this with changing the background is that students can type right on it, but it won't actually change, the sheet that you have here. So they're just typing, directly on top of it. Just like if it was a paper copy, students writing on it, that doesn't change your master, right? So this actually keeps the master intact. So here you're going to add a text box and kind of align it and size it the way you need to, and just make some copies and drag them to the different spots where you need to align them on your sheet. With these sheets, all of them are different. So I need to do it slightly differently in each one. Once I've done the first set though, you can see I just copy them and then paste them and slide them down as a unit, and then it saves me a little bit of time. You can also already have added in words the type here or type your answer here or something. You don't have to do that, but I really like to provide that for students because it's one less step where they have to worry about aligning any of that text box or information, and it just makes it easy for them to go, oh, okay, this is where the typing goes. So you do that for each. And then on this example, I like to make sure there's a text box there to show the title of the book they read, because these sheets go with any book. I don't worry about them adding their name to the paper because it's already going to be in their file when they send it to me. And then in the slide notes below, I can say add directions here. That's where I would actually put some directions for them to do to complete this activity. Then to assign this to students, I might want to actually give them a specific text that I want them to do this activity with. You can have them choose based on whatever text they're reading, or you can go ahead and assign them something. So here I've gone to YouTube and I found a text, "Don't let the pigeon drive the bus," and I want to go ahead and assign that to students. So I go ahead and grab the URL, copy it, and I'm going to paste it into my Google Classroom. So here I've created an assignment, and I go ahead and type the title of the text if I'm assigning the text. And I'm going to go down, and this is, of course, you can add the description of it there to give them, or the directions, I mean, to give them a sense of what you want them to do. So here they're going to read along with the video, and then they're going to complete the sheet. And again, you can have them just read a book on their own and complete the thinking activity. That's fine too. So now I'm going to add a link. And this is where I paste in the URL of YouTube, and there it pops right up. So it's right there for students. And then I'm going to go to my Google Drive. The Recents tab is open, and I'm going to go ahead and find the sheet that I've created, the inferring sheet. And since these are colored, it's pretty easy to see it's the purple one. So go ahead and select that and add that to the assignment. So there's an important part to note here, is that we need to go over here and select this drop down on the actual sheet that I'm assigning to them, the slide, and make sure we go down to the bottom and select make a copy for each student. If you don't do this and you assign this to every student, it's like a Google Doc where every student can write on the same sheet. And of course, we don't want them to do that. We want this to be an individual task. And so you need to make sure that each student gets their own copy of this file. And then when they turn it into you, you will have every student's individual copy, just like it would be if they turned in a piece of paper in class. And then you go ahead and assign it. And now in this file, students have what they need to not only read and listen to a book, but they can do the system of strategic action activity that goes with it. And you know that they've actually done a good kind of reading and writing assignment. It's high quality, and they have everything they need in one spot, and you can get evidence of their thinking and how their reading is progressing. And so that's how you take any type of file that you have and turn it into a Google slide that students can now interface with and type, and you can assign those things in a really simple way.